ma bu, right? Yeah. Turn your waist. Shoo. Yeah. So it creates a different. Then lean. Go forward. Yeah. So you feel in. Shoo. Yeah. So when we talk about body form imagery, that's what we're looking for, right? When you're here, you sink everything, elbows and knees, sink, create the imagery, but have one is following the other. Yeah, and when you lunge, actually, it's better to leave this hand here than to pull it back here. It's a little different than this, because when we're here, your hand shoots out from here, and then you're here, then you're here, then you're here. So it's closely knitted. Then you're here, boom. So the body form would be like that. Yeah. So everything should try to finish at the same time. Yeah. So you have a lot of that. Just sing. No, not here. Here. See? You put your hand here. No. What you're doing is you're doing that.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So that, yeah. Sink your elbow, relax the shoulder. As Eric would say, we've never heard that one before, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Sink. No. Just sink. Yeah. So see when we first do movements, especially people that study martial arts, we want to use strength, but it's not the correct strength. Then as you learn the movement and you go through the phase of not using strength, and it gets to be softened. Then you go back and you start to use your strength. Then when you use strength, you can be using a lot of strength, but yet it's not stiff and rigid, because now you're using the appropriate strength. That's what whole goal is. So you have to learn to use the correct strength, because time will teach you to get rid of the erroneous motions, the excessiveness, all the stuff that becomes the clumsy strength, the awkward strength. That's sort of innate. That's in everybody's body. You have to get rid of that. Those are the habits we've built over the years. When we get rid of that strength, then we have to relearn and learn how to use the new strength. And so become like, new and improved. Like your blades, they're new and improved.
Always improving.
Always improving. So your technique is always improving. When you're here, always improving. So let's try that one more time, because it should be new and improved. Okay, ready? Hup, go. Go. Hup. Sink. 1, 2, 3, lunge. Step through, punch. Cross step grab, punch, elbow, back fist, turn, pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Slice. Okay. Well, let's hold that slice a second again. So after you're in the double elbow, and you step out like this, line your body up like this, and then just draw till it's here. So this is the same, but this is more horizontal. This is like this. This is like this. So the elbow's not here because you're still capturing here. So whether you're using this as a deflection or this as a holding, you have to, your hand would be in both positions. Yeah, to have the ability to do that. Yeah, you're like this, and then this is just open like this. Yeah, just like a platform. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that's really like that. Yeah. Okay, good. Go. Continue. Oh, hold it 1 second. Yeah. So this is here because you're also using this. Yeah. So when you're here, you can use both. You can use the outside like that, or use this hand like this. No, not behind. Yeah. Not that we don't have stuff like that. We have it like that too, but it's different. Yeah. This one is just like this. Then we have that 2 pivot. Then we punch, and then we sweep. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump kick. And sorry. So let's go back 1 step. All right. So right after this, let's look at the mirror when we're here, right? And we punch. Your next movement, if it's I'm going to use the mirror, you want to do this, right? So you have a setup for every movement, right? When I'm here, I punch. Here, set up, sweep, 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 hop. So yeah. So let's go back to that slice. You can use the mirror if you want. 1. So here's the turn. Now you're setting up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens, it goes from horizontal to vertical. You see it? Horizontal to vertical, sweep. Horizontal to vertical, sweep. Horizontal to vertical. And we end up like that. The poke, with the kick, with the second kick. So when you're here, it's here. Kick. Right, so you kick on the way back, step down. Three Stooges, yeah. It's exactly, but it has the lower stooge too. You kick, so it's a distraction, and your defense, is this, because that's what the Three Stooges did, right? But the defensive movement to this is this. No. No, here. No, block it.
Okay.
No, here.
Yeah.
See? So you go like this. That's what the... Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you left hook, right hook. Yeah. So let's try that one more time. See if you're doing that. Oh. Just to your tempo, your own tempo. You're like this. So happens you over 2 punches to the ear, 2 punches to the ear, and your hook. So all your hooks should be eye level, temple level, eyebrow level.
Should be centered.
Over your knee.
Yep. Here.
Well, you're here. What's the movement for that? You're here, right? Yeah, so you're here, and then you come up. So yeah, it is more towards your center. You're actually in the corner. You're actually in that corner. So, yeah. So you're here. Now my foot just is already angled here. I come up like this. So that's the angle of the position. Yeah. So the reason for angling is because when you throw your punch to me straight, right? This is straight. You punch straight to me, right? And this is going right to my head, right here, right? So I'm here. I'm in that corner,
I see.
right?
Yep.
Right. So again, right, right. 1, 2. See. So here I'm here. My shoulders here. Boom. Now if I just go like this, try to. It's not. I'm here. I have control of this and this. So you hook, yeah. So you can try that again if you want, just to get that look. Watch it. Look at yourself. See if you look from the punch. So you turn to high, right? You did the punch. No, you turn to high. Turn. Use your waist, and then we're here. Make the circles. Make the circles. Horizontal to here. Horizontal to here. And then you go to the hook. Yeah. So if you want to drop before you come up, you can do it like that. You're here. 1, 2. Sink up. Because what goes down must go up. So you sink. Yeah. Or you can, yeah, right? Sink up. So the power comes from the lift, right? Summation of your body components. You rise and strike. The power comes from the lift, right? So because the power comes from the lift, all you have to do is move to the side and come up. See? So it does have some body mechanics built into the motion. Yeah, and twist your body. Now, even though it's meeting in the center, you want to wind your body up. This is passive. So long as this is passive hand, you're not going like here. So bring the hand, and this merges to here. So it's not an even strike. It's more on yeah. Yeah. So when you do it. Yeah, and when you go like this, you turn your waist, and the power comes from there, right? So now you feel much.
This is just a touch on the block.
Yeah, because if it's here, I don't need to do anything here.
Yeah, this hand.
This
hand doesn't need to do much.
This is sensitive, right? This is
This
sensitive.
is just
Yeah,
soft and
yeah.
and
So
connected.
right, so it's connected, until I do this. Right. Right.
It has to be relaxed in order to.
It has to be relaxed in order for you to be sensitive, to have feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Little too high. Yeah, go. So if you're lifting and you're striking, then you reduce the size of that, because now coming up, boom. Yeah. No, not really. Yeah.
How about on the? Are these supposed to be?
In the beginning, you can slap. Some of it is conditioning. If you want to slap harder, make it all red, you can. But the thing is, after so many thousand of those, you're not going to like it.
I know. I always get all red.
But you can, But what it is you're setting up the coordination, because when this is easy, that's a little bit trickier. So the goal is to try to one hard, one soft, right? One hard, one soft, but soft. Yeah, it's coordination and control of what it is. So Right. So if you're always slapping hard, well, it's not that you can't use that technique like that. Because if he punches, I'm already here. Right. So I didn't meet it, boom, like this. I met it with a glance, right, like this. Right.
Yeah.
So it becomes dexterity. You have agility. Yeah. Right. So every form, that's where you have to use some of your analytical skills. You have to look at it and say, how does that kind of work, and how do you try to understand it. Then when you practice it, you have a different perspective of what you're thinking it was. And then you'll change your execution a little bit based on softness, integration, coordination. All this stuff comes into play as an understanding. Yeah. So, yeah. So Ari, when you do the sweeps, now this is what you did, right? But that's too parallel. This is much more synchronization. 1, 2, 3. So one is following the other rather than in tandem. Because the forces, when they're in tandem, actually are not working with each other, So you have to build where they're cycling like that. 1 and then 2, 1 and then 2. And then you have to realize that one hand is longer than the other. Because when I intercept here and then this goes long, the distance traveled and the timing involved is modified, right? Right? Time over distance. It changes. So when your hands change based on the body turning, so you bring in your torso. Your torso's waist is the added dimensional change, right? So it's a challenge to build torso rotation because it's not a normal thing to do. Your body turns, but it doesn't turn as a motor skill. It doesn't turn voluntarily, and it doesn't turn based on how you're building as a timing mechanism. So that has to be learned, or at least the body taught, and then the body picks up on it, then you start to have that kind of action. So it's normal not to, pick it up right away because the body, so it takes a little time. The information is here, but without any effort, it never changes. But you have to have something to change as a strategy. And the strategy comes from knowing that exists, right? So, one of your questions before was, so what else is there would I be able to learn anything? But the thing is, that's a good question because a lot of people will say, well, what else is there? Why does Tai Chi do it soft? Why does Kung Fu do it hard? Why does Ying do it like this? So they have their own ideas as what it is. Uses the geometry of position, but it uses a different strategy in their ways they move their body. But all of it, like every style has an emphasis on one thing or two things or whatever it is. It's a stylistic emphasis. But if you have everyone's emphasis from the different styles and you blend it together, you have a deeper understanding of all the stuff that we're trying to do. So a lot of it's just body alignment, right? Body alignment, integration of body, phasing, and timing. The phasing and timing comes from the dimension. You know how many permutations you can get with just the 12 major joints, not including the torso, in different combinations, in different spaces, in different height levels? high, medium, and low, right, left, and center. Just take 8 directions, combine all of those, right, and then you bring in the different body parts that have to come together in different phases. It's can be infinite amount of positions that has to. Yep. Yep.
When you're doing the short
Yeah.
bunches, are you also feeling from here?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. So you're here. 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Not wiggle the butt, but turn the torso. Yeah. It's like a big, but it's close. So once you're here, boom. Yeah. Yeah. Not, oh, 6 feet, 6 feet. Social distancing.
I could feel the air. No.
Yeah. Oh. So it's not COVID, it's morbid. Oh. That's what you're doing. You're here. Boom. No. One at a time. Yeah. Because here and here. If my hand is here, then I have this. And then this. So it's a transition. But if you're going 1, 2, 3, that's double weighted actually. In Tai Chi we call it double weighted. In Kung Fu it's also called double weighted. Song Chong. The hand you're going. So if you do that, you can't incorporate your body. When you do this, yeah. Yeah. Same. Or actually, just even the Ying, the snake hand is the same. It's actually center line turning over. Yeah. Yeah. It's a transition. If he takes my hand, this is already like this. See.
But he's focusing on.
Yeah.
He's punching with the other one, right?
So I'll go ahead. So this. So the hand is like that, like a snake. It's a snake. Snake hand. You have snake. Snake. That's a snake hand. Snake. So while there's stylistic differences in the form, where the form looks, in technique and application, the concepts are very similar. Because we're dealing with the same body. We still have 2 arms, we still have 2 legs, we still have a torso. So how do you create the body mechanics when you're doing the technique? That's the understanding. It's called, Donggang. Understanding your strength is one thing, and then understanding the structural integrity is the other. Are you okay? Oh, yeah. So.
I knew that you could touch me. It was just a little scary. That close.
No. Actually, it was pretty far away. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. There were no droplets. Now, if Lawrence did it, he would have. No, I'm kidding.
When I used to go to the place in Chicago to practice
Yeah.
in the summers,
Yeah.
he had people doing the punching to try to punch out the little candle lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would have punched them all out right away.
Yeah.
I could never do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go through 4th form now. Just for the record. Okay. So Paul, you want to count? Yeah, you can count. Or at least take them through it. Yeah, you got the shotgun up and come to the middle. Oh yeah, yeah, and do it loud enough so that they can hear your explosiveness. Boom. Up. Good.
Sink, open half a horse, shift, open the other hand, sink, lift, thrust. Press, thrust. Feet, ready, toes, heels, adjust, pivot, thrust, turn, adjust, chopping hands, cutting hands, palm strike, punch, the other side, cutting hands, cutting hands, palm strike, shift, punch, open, press, cover, one, close, 2, 3, to the front, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, back to the waist, up, back, thrust, 1, 2, 3, separate, press, step up, step to the back, press, thrust, side step, punch, hold the right foot back, press, cover, punch, scoop, uppercut, move, punch, adjust, scoop, uppercut, move, punch, step back, 2, side step, punch, step up, palm strike, 2, close, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, punch, step to the back, punch, side step, punch, elbow, down strike, back fist, cutting hand, down palm strike, turn, jump, left, palm strike, step up, hold on, front palms, high block, turn, jump,
Okay, good. Deep breathing. Okay, so we'll jump to the 8th form. Jump to the 8th form, Fook Fu. That way we can get to practice that and see what we need to do to fix anything there. Okay, ready? Eyes turn share. 1, 2, 3. Work your stances. Pivot. Yep.
focus, punch, 1, 2, push,
Not too fast. Take your time. Finish each posture. Pause in each ending position.
just the left foot, punch, step up, cut, step back, elbow, elbow strike, step back, push, just a foot, arm strike, kick, cover, press, just tail, jump, arm strike, step up, press, chopping hands, gather, jump, punch, cover, kick, back tiger, step, punch, cutting hands, pick, grab, punch, cutting hands, pick, grab, punch, butterfly palms, step up, freestyle punch, kick, cover, left hand,
Good. Deep breathing. Good. Okay, so want to go over anything, Paul? You can go over something if you want. See whatever you think.
let's see. So you know the thrust should actually hear your hands rubbing against the other. Because suppose somebody grabs your hand, this is removing, you're twisting,
Washing hold.
and then as you drive in, it's like doing a punch. Same way, Yeah, so it's kind of twisting. So imagine somebody grabbing the lower hand.
Actually, you have to
Grab
turn.
the lower hand. You
Have to
twist
turn.
the lower hand.
Yeah, you
Same time
turn.
this one here. Yeah. So when you go like this,
Yeah.
you have to twist this one.
Yeah.
So you actually hear your hand go. And it's twisting. It's almost like this. Somebody grabs your hand. So you have to twist.
Is there some different turn in the body when you
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, it does turn, yeah. On the backstroke turn.
Maybe it has to twist at the same time, so imagine.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
Everything that we do have the turning. It's a spiraling effect. But the turning actually creates another dimension of force because this, you know, just like you do this, it creates a direction of force. You know, the movement itself is drawing, but then when you when you draw, and then it adds another dimension. Not just this, but it actually presses down as well, right? So that's what. So if you what's that? What's that? Oh, I saw. No, I saw. What was that shiny stuff? Oh, that was what? No, when you go like this and you go like this, that's actually what's going to take it off. It's not this that makes it come off. It's this, the turning. And if I turn this way, like a cutting hand, it becomes that. If I turn this way, so every time you turn, it creates a direction and dimension of force. But the forces are very subtle, you know. So when you turn, yeah. So, yeah.
And the other thing is maybe the trapping hands and then cutting back to the.
Yeah.
So from here, so trapping hands, so you don't want to go too far forward. It's just like any other trap.
Yeah.
But watch the hands, they come back, you have to snap back in. So this hand comes back to the center and cutting hands, and this is the fist from here.
Yeah.
And then now you turn to leaning stance. Short punch, palm, sink, short punch, pivot.
Yeah. So if you're in a cutting hand, a trapping hand position, right? So how do you know it's right? So that it's just alongside the ribs here. So that's how you know. Some people actually end up going too far forward, and so it should be here. Now at the same time, if you have this position like this, you have a plane of movement here. So the plane of this and this hand should be an integral line, right? So when I'm here, there's the circle. It's not here, and it's not here. So this is misaligned, this is too far forward. So these are natural ring that you're forming. That's your hoop strength on a vertical dimension. Yeah, do the trap again. Yeah, see, so you're too far forward, you see. So this has to be here, but then that happens when you lean a little bit here, and then that can come forward, you see. So yeah, so now you see how that's there. So we talk about your chest, and you talk about this. That is all in the same plane, right? So that's what you're looking for. So that's why when you turn, that doesn't vary, right? Now you stepped into a horse stance. No, yeah, that should be the same. But because you're offset, your body's slightly like this, so then your hand is there. It's not really over there. See, so it's a relative position. Your body positions are all relative to your space. So that's why you have to, find those positions. That's what your structure is. Your structure integrity. So when you're here, when you're here, right, in this position, or this position, or here, the relative position to your torso has to be consistent. Just like when we go like this, here's your center line. It doesn't change because I'm over here. It doesn't change because I'm here. Because the relative position has to be aligned to your own body. Because that alignment becomes true because of your opponent. Where is your opponent? It's going to be in this position. So you have to set your body up to face your opponent based on his position. But your relative position has been learned over time from your practice. So you know thyself, you know thy enemy. Even though we don't know each other, we know you. So that's, how it's. So you don't even really have to fight anyone, you just fight yourself. The battle is there.
Who's going to win?
Yeah. So, okay. So there's a lot to, all these things that we do just to understand it. Yeah, you keep going, yeah.
Is there anything else?
Any other question? Anybody have a question? Irina? Irina?
Is it 2 steps or just 1? 2 steps.
Oh, one. No, yeah.
So once we come out of this, and we're going to step to the back. So force first, offset force, turn into lean, press. And you have take a step forward, and this is outside.
No.
Yeah. This is the one where you take a slice and punch, and then you just. Then we come here, 1 sweep, 2 sweep, uppercut, remove, punch. This one here, just set up, pull 1 foot back.
Just 1.
And then this one is just like the first one. Uppercut, move, step back, punch. And over here, here you come back. Move, come back.
So it's one of the few times we don't turn the horse. We don't turn back the horse and leaning. So that's one of the few times we don't do that horse leaning transition, for the punches. We stay there and punch. Just like in Dragon and Gung Kun, you don't turn back the horse stance. We just stay here. We don't turn back, turn. Only the fourth one we do this. So, because there's always something that's, someone might say, well, how come we didn't go to horse stance? In that specific one we don't. But you're still turning your shoulders, but you're not turning in the legs so much. Yeah.
Sweeps are more like gripping as opposed to.
Yeah, it's tip. Yeah, but this is holding elbow, and this is holding the wrist, and then this is grabbing and holding the wrist. But this, even though the movement's similar to praying mantis, it's not the praying mantis hand movement. It's the Hungar hand movement for that. But it's similar because, like I said before, that stylistic differences in form, but application, there's some similarities because you can only apply your appendages so many ways. Yeah. So when you go like this, you're grabbing the wrist here, and you're grabbing the elbow here. See? And this side, it would be taking this hand, and you're grabbing like this, right? Like this, or like this. See? Yeah. So, and you always target the wrist and the elbow. So the reason for targeting the elbow is because you don't want the person to fold the elbow. And you hold the wrist because there's also some nerves here and so forth that you could, it's for grabbing. Yeah. And then if you grasp, then you can hold from the wrist, you're here or here. Then you can actually maneuver, and then if you use the rest of this, you would do that, or the elbow is for locking and breaking. All right, bow. 2, 3, salute.